The best content creators are constantly creating new things. Always be marketing.
Always be marketing.
Always be closing.
Always be closing.
Here's two new ones. Always be networking.
Always be networking.
Always be creating.
Always be creating.
Everyone say, I'm born to create.
I'm born to create.
Info products connects you with your tribe. They're connecting with the message and with the messenger. It doesn't matter who's teaching on your subject, you can bring something new to the party. Info products replaces manual labor. If you create info products, you don't have to, they become omnipresent for you. If you do this right and you keep creating, you will develop a following. People will follow you and continue to buy from you as long as you keep creating. And here's the beauty of information products. You do it one time and you get paid over and over and over and over and over. It's the difference between trading time for money. Everyone in here has done something that other people want to learn to do. One idea is all it takes. You're one idea away from changing your whole life, changing your whole business. One good God-inspired idea. One of the most exciting things to me is to have a thought and turn it into a thing. God takes thoughts and turns them into things. And I can tell you, I would never have the good product if I didn't create the ugly one first. I would have never gotten to the good stuff if I didn't do the bad stuff. Everyone say the first is always the worst.
It's always the worst.
Look, don't mess with this stuff. I should put a warning on my stuff. Don't listen to this stuff at night before you go to bed. You will not sleep. You can do something that nobody else is doing. And plus, when you do you, everyone say do you.
Do you.
When you do you, you are the best and nobody can compete with you. That's entrepreneurship. What I love about the speaking business is that I believe this is something I can do until I'm 100 years old. As long as I can talk. And if I can't, you know what I'm doing? I'm creating products that's going to talk for me. They're going to talk for me. My goal, my mission is that my voice never leaves the planet. So I will create hundreds and hundreds of products and videos and audio. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this particular session right now, is packaging what you know for impact and income. It's one thing to do it and impact 30 to 40 people in a room. It's another thing to get this out there to millions. And with the technology today, you can do something one time, push it out there to millions of people. And that's where we live today. And so if you have been wanting to create information products, how many of you have been thinking, you know what, I got to create some new products this year? Well, I'm going to give you a one-line idea yesterday. Everyone say, always be marketing.
Always be marketing.
Always be closing.
Always be
Here's two
closing.
new ones. Always be networking.
Always be networking.
Always be creating.
Always be creating.
Everyone say, I'm born to create.
I'm born to create.
I believe that statement. I'm born to create. And I think you should always be creating. So sometimes I'm doing an entrepreneur seminar and I ask how many people are working on the next product or the next service. And a third of the audience will say I'm working on something new. And I challenge them and say you should always be working on your next product, your next service, your next piece of content, whatever it is. Because if you do this right and you keep creating, you will develop a following. People will follow you and continue to buy from you as long as you keep creating. The best content creators are constantly creating new things. This whole thing started because I used to ride around in my car and I was listening to people like Zig Ziglar. Do y'all remember these? Watch this. This is old. Oh yeah. Don't mess with my cassettes. You can do it today. My wife tells me, Bob, you got to get rid of all those cassettes. You don't know. That's my history. That's the thing that started this whole thing. So I would buy these, and I would be listening to them in my car, and it would be Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn and all the giants. Oh, I said, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to create products because they're changing my life and I've never met them. Y'all get that? I became obsessed. I said, I got to create products. So I went out and I created my first marketable cassette tape. And I've kept it to this, I kissed this cassette tape because this cassette tape changed my destiny. I had to create my first one. and I did it. It was called The Art of Entrepreneurship, and this one is called Creating a Business That Works. And what I was teaching was not a man at work, creating a business that works for you. That's why I want these videos out there. Those videos are like employees. They're out there working for me. They're out every day, 24 hours a day. They don't even ask to get paid. They don't ask anything. They're just out there working for me. Huh? No health benefits, no health benefits. That's my marketing team. Oh man. Who wants to do that? Yes! You want a team of 1,000 people out there. It's your videos. 1,000 videos out there working for you. So at that time, we couldn't do this. Do you know at the time I created this cassette, social media didn't even exist. I don't know. It was very in its infancy. Facebook was like not even existing. By the way, some of you, you need to open up a MySpace account again now.
Again? Is that?
I'm just kidding. So I created the cassette, but that wasn't enough for me. I said, I want to be like the big boys, so I want to create more. Yeah. So I went on and started creating. I created my first 3 cassettes. Now let me watch this. When people would come to my seminars, they'd go in the back of the room, they'd be buying those cassette tapes. I'm thinking, man, they're buying that one cassette I have. And I was thrilled with that. Those $5 cassette tapes were more important to me, probably the most important sales of my life. Because it made me believe. Y'all get that? It made me believe that people wanted my stuff. And they were right. So I created my 3. So now instead of making $5 at a time, I'm making $15 at a time. I see some people, now first of all, take a look at that cover. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I made it myself on a program called Print Artist that doesn't even exist anymore. I know somebody said their favorite color is green. Only thing I like green is money. Everything else, I never wear green. I don't wear green that much. I don't even know why I made this green. I just decided to make it green. But then I said some people might like blue, so I made one in blue too. I decided to make one in, and I put 4 in there. Come on now. So now every time I'm doing it, I'm making $20 every time. Man, that is ridiculous. Everyone say cha-ching. Cha-ching. My ugly product is better than the one you ain't got. Kept making them. Ridiculous, and people didn't care. They wanted the content. They wanted the content. So man, they would be buying this content. I kept creating. So I took the art of entrepreneurship. Bam, 6. I kept creating. Everyone say, always be creating.
Always be creating.
Creating now $30 a pop, instead of $5 a pop. God blessing me, giving me the messages. Even till this day, how many of you have some cassettes in your house today? You still got some here anyway, so do I. What's that?
Walmart still sells cassette tapes.
That's hard to believe.
Cassettes, they do.
That's like saying they sell 8-track tapes, baby. Got 6 tapes going now. The Art of Entrepreneurship. Are you kidding me? I made that thing on Print Artist. The Art of Entrepreneurship by Robert Yates. Taking charge of your destiny.
Robert.
That's my name. I know y'all don't ever hear that name, but you better get used to it. Cha-ching. And then I took the wealth equation and I called myself upgrading the cover a little bit, so I made it a little bit better and put my face on the back of it. Look at that, yeah. Don't be jealous. Don't be hating on me. I just already said if you ain't got haters, you ain't doing nothing. I feel you over there. So I upgraded. God said, look, boy, you're going to keep creating. I'm going to send somebody to help you out. So God sent somebody to help me. And the first thing they helped me with, they upgraded my cover a little bit. So now this is the art of entrepreneurship, because what happened is that cassette tapes went out. As soon as I got going, cassette tapes disappeared. They're done. So I had to move everything over to CD. So somebody took the art of entrepreneurship, and this was the first rendition.
Right.
It's better than this.
No.
If I had put this on there, this is better.
Yeah.
Then God sent another person. They said, look, Bob, I can do something better with that cover. And then they took it to this. Art of entrepreneurship, right? And then my CDs look like this. You know, because I kept creating.
Wow.
Everyone say, bam.
Bam.
They look like platinum albums.
So look, this is what the other ones look like. They're okay. Okay, you know. Let me give y'all a secret. I don't have time to write it. Everyone say good enough.
Good enough.
Man, when you get started, you just gotta go good enough. Some of y'all are perfectionists. You're never gonna get nothing done. I can tell you, I would never have the good product if I didn't create the ugly one first. I would have never gotten to the good stuff if I didn't do the bad stuff. So you go, your first, everyone say the first, is always the worst.
It's always the worst.
All right, so they took my CDs, took it to that level, and I'm gonna tell you something. People, man, they were eating this stuff up. Anytime I offer these CDs, I would sell out. The packaging was nicer. It's okay now. I see some problems with it, but it's okay now. But it worked for them. I started making all of these little albums, multiple streams of income, marketing, live your dreams, and some of these. See, I knew it. That thing is sizzling. That thing is. Look, don't mess with this stuff. I should put a warning on my stuff. Don't listen to this stuff at night before you go to bed. You will not sleep. And what's that? This one here? You like that? Oh, great. How many of you got any of my CDs in your house anywhere? Look at the hands. Okay. Well, look. Now I don't have to produce CDs anymore because CDs are going to be going out pretty soon. However, they haven't yet. Did I hear somebody say something? MP3s, podcasts, other things. Now, you know what I'm doing? Turning it all into podcasts. I don't have to start a new podcast. I can just turn all my stuff into podcasts. You know what God taught me through this? He said, Bob, all that work you did will not go to waste. He did all that work. I'm seeing him take stuff that I did years ago, and here's the beauty of information products. You do it one time and you get paid over and over and over and over and over. It's the difference between trading time for money. Okay? When you do 1 hour, you get 1 hour pay. You do information products the right way, you do 1 hour work, you get paid over and over and over and over and over.